The following story is going to be done in two parts. It's a little bit long, and it's actually a play by play being read of a conversation a woman had with a romance scammer using a fake profile. This is going to be part one, and then the next part two will be out shortly. So do look for part one and part two to complete this story. And it goes to show you kind of a playbook of what they say to victims to try and get them to send money. I got a friend request from a man named John. It was obviously a romance scam, but I decided to play along with him and have some fun. He said he was from Los Angeles working as a marine engineer in the sea off the coast of Norway. John asked me to tell me where I'm from, and I told him I'm originally from the moon, but currently live on Mars, where I work in an aerospace industry as a research scientist. What type of work do you do? John told me, wow, that is so beautiful. I'm an independent government contractor working offshore as a production manager in the Oslo Prudhoe Bay oil field here in the Industrial Petroleum Extraction Center in North Sea off Oslo, Norway. So I asked him, you're not in Los Angeles? He said, yeah, but I'm working in Norway right now, but I'm going to end my contract very soon. I mean, I'm going to retire very soon. So I asked him what he plans on doing. He said he's always had it in mind to have his own company and by the time I'm through with my contract here. And I told him that sounds like a good plan. And he asked about me. I want us to be friends. What would you say to that? He asked. I told him I'm working on a major project at work where we designed aircraft, spacecraft, satellite, missiles, and other aerospace products. John said he'd love to know more about me, and I'll also love to tell you more about myself if you don't mind. Are you married, single? He said he's a widow. He has a lovely daughter who's 15 years old, and she is schooling in a boarding school, and the school authority looks and takes good care of her. I told John I'm single with 10 children. He said, oh, really? That's cool. My daughter attends boarding school in the United Kingdom. How long have you been on Facebook? He said he's new to it. I told him I'd been on it for quite some time, and he thought that was nice. He asked if I'd had any relationships with anyone online before, and I told him yes. He then asked my religious beliefs and told me that he's Roman Catholic. He changed the subject, asking for my favorite food. He said he likes rice and chicken. I told him that sounds good, but my favorite food is broccoli, cauliflower, and sweet potatoes and sweet peppers with dipping sauce. He asked me if I love to cook, and he was telling me that he loves to cook, and asked if my parents are still alive. He said he's the only child of his parents, that his parents died long ago, and his father was a military man who died in a military war when he was 7 years old, and his mother died when he was 13. He was raised by a neighboring teacher growing up, and it was quite difficult, but he never gave up. I told him I don't like to cook, and my parents have both passed as well. He said he was sorry for my parents' death and asked what I do for a living. I mean, your job. I told him, well, we all eventually die, and they've lived full lives, and that's what happens. None of us live forever, and I guess you don't read my response here because you'd already know what I do for a living. I work in the aerospace industry as a research scientist. John said okay that he forgot and asked my favorite color. I told him lavender. My favorite color, said John, used to be green, but since I started working here on the sea, I fell in love with blue. What are your hobbies? He wanted to know. I told him my fun activities include camping, boat cruise, surfing, reading, dancing, traveling, swimming, and spending time with my kids. And I normally visit the motherless baby home every holiday to spend some quality time with the orphanage children there, and I give my little support to them when I can. John said, wow, that's nice of you, sweetie. My hobbies are reading newspaper, watching TV, listening to music, sports, and particularly swimming and traveling. He then asked me if I like flowers. I told him yes, I love flowers, but not virtual ones. I like only the real ones. John told me that as time goes on, he will surprise me with lovely flowers. He then gave and goes on to send virtual flowers, even after me telling him I don't like virtual flowers, and he asked what my plans are for the future. I told him my plans are to find a handsome, caring man to share my life with and travel the world. John told me that his plans for the future is to find a woman and settled down, invest in any country if I found the woman of my soulmate, because I'm ready to relocate. I really want to settle with a real lady that will love me and grow old with me. I'm an honest man, and I believe that chemistry plus good communication to me is a must in a relationship. There's usually a smile on my face, and I've been blessed with. I have my own share of setbacks in life, but in spite of everything, I never stop being grateful to God and His mercilessness upon my life and all the experiences that I've been exposed to. And I must tell you that I'm tired of being a single man, and I really hate this loneliness, 'cause I see that loneliness is kind of a disease that will kill so fast. I replied to him, sounds like we want the same things, John. John told me that may the wishes of our heart come to pass. I don't think that age difference between us should be a barrier. Rather, the most important thing is for us to be sure if we really find understanding, happiness, and joy with each other. Above all, I think the greatest is love, don't you think? I told him that there is an age difference. How much? However, I agree that the age difference doesn't matter, but I'm just curious, what's the age difference between us? John told me that above all, I think love is the greatest, don't you think? I told him he already asked that, and he told me, so you don't feel lonely sometimes? I mean, loneliness of not having a man next to you? I told him yes. John started rambling on, saying, as for me, I feel lonely a lot of times, and that's why I need to find my true love, a person that will love me as much as I will love her. From my own opinion, when it comes to marriage, there's actually nothing superior than being with your soulmate, someone who truly adores you, understands you, cherishes you, and loves you the way you are. Don't you think? And actually, if we built a strong relationship with each other, I will travel directly from here soon as I leave the sea to meet you in your country. Just as I have said earlier, am ready to relocate so that we can be together and make some plans towards our future. At this stage of my life, I have achieved almost everything I wanted except for a united family, and that hurts me. My priority is to have a happy and harmonious family. What about you? Do you wish for a happy family too? I told him I do and asked if are you the man for me? John said, yes, sweetie, that's good to know, and I pray for the both of us of our dreams to come to pass. I hope you will be able to make our time for us to be together when I arrive. I asked him, will you arrive? John said, I don't know yet. I have to talk to the United Nations about my vacation so that I can leave the high sea because the sea is very dangerous here and anything can happen. And I need a woman who is a care, trust, understanding, sincerity, faithfulness, and respect in order for us to spend the rest of our lives together and happily. What are the habits that you hate in a man? I hate women who lie and cheat on their husband. I told him I don't like men who are needy and can't take care of themselves. John said okay and asked if I'm romantic, and I told him of course. John said that he likes the way I express myself, and as for me, I'm a romantic man. I don't know how to make my woman contented with my love, and I'll love you, or you finally become my wife. I will love you with all of my heart, respect you, care for you, cherish you so much, and treat you like a queen because I'll be ready to take sacrifices in order to make you happy and be there for you. Notice how he likes the way that I express myself when there is one thing and just saying yes. This is very common and very typical of romance scammers to say these things to their target victims. A lot of this is copy and pasted, as many romance scammers simply all say the same thing. I told him that I feel so lucky to have found you and I can't wait to see what the future holds. John told me that was nice, and as for you, how would you treat me if I eventually became your husband? I told him if I eventually love you or you finally become my husband, I will love you with all my heart, respect you, care for you, cherish you so much, and treat you like a king because I'll be ready to take sacrifices of order to make you happy and be there for you. If you notice, she copy and pasted the same thing that he had said to her. John replied, I'm so happy to hear that, and it's really becoming interesting as we get to know more about each other. He then attached a clip of a John Legend song, as they all do. Although we just got to know each other not long ago, I feel so comfortable with you and I'm happy to have you in my life. I told him it's amazing how we've grown so close in such a short time. John said, we seem to have an interesting conversation and I hope for our communication to lead to a fruitful end. Don't you wish that too? It's such a good feeling to realize that I have you in my life. And I'm pleased as we chat with each other again. I've been thinking about you since yesterday. This is a 2-day conversation. We are like a miracle to each other, and I must confess that I really enjoyed our mutual correspondence yesterday and the way you expressed yourself to me. We have let the past behind us, and I think all we need to do is focus on the future because I believe that the future is more important than the past. Do you think the same? Where would you like to spend your Christmas vacation? And he then sent a bunch of heart emojis. I told him anywhere as long as I'm with you. John said, if you were opportuned, will you like us to spend Christmas vacation with me in New Zealand? I told him absolutely. That is quite a distance from where you're not right now, though. Aren't you in the dangerous high seas of Norway? John told me, yeah, I'm in the high sea of Norway. It'll really be a wonderful experience, don't you think? This short period of knowing you has been the most happiest days of my life. I'm really happy to have you in my life, and although we are far from each other, our hearts is closer to each other, and I believe that distance won't be a barrier to the affection that we will have for each other. It's a matter of time. We will be together and probably forever because my heart treasures you so much. More virtual flowers were sent, even though I told him before I don't like virtual flowers. He said, you have become a great part of my life. My heart is glad to have you, and my soul rejoices too. I told him I feel the same. He then said, I don't think anything will ever stop me from coming to meet you. I've closed my eyes to sleep yesterday night, and I really wished you were besides me. Words can't fully express my feelings for you, but I'm old enough to realize that it's a fantastic feeling of wanting to be with you forever. Having you alone in my life is enough fate and assurance that I'm on the right path of having a united, happy, peaceful, and lively family. Every word that I say to you comes directly from my heart. I feel so comfortable with you, and it feels like I've known you for a decade. As much as we want to be together, all I need from you is your prayers and good wishes for me while I'm here in the sea. You know, anything can happen at any time here, and it usually does. I told him, it's like that where I am at also. You just never know with all the storms and winds. I don't know what's in store for us in the times to come, but what I do know is that I want to make each and every day of your life the most awesome ever. John told me that the feelings I have for you are real and not just ordinary. I'm old enough to realize that I've developed very special and unique feelings towards you, both when I think of you and when I chat to you. You are precious to my heart. You deserve never to be hurt. You deserve all the good things in life, and you deserve to be treated by a nice man who will give you full respect as his wife. My heart desires your presence so much. I am proud to admit that I'm falling in love with you because you are the source of my happiness. And he sent more flowers and heart emojis. I will not disappoint you if you give me your heart, and I hope you won't disappoint me if I give my heart to you. And I told him he won't not be disappointed. John said, wow, I'm so happy to hear that from you, okay? Please, if you don't mind, can you send me your email address so I can message email to email every day, okay? We need care, understanding, and mutual feelings to make our relationship stronger and everlasting. The next day he wrote and said, good morning, my dear, and how are you doing today? I hope you slept well. All that should matter to us is really understanding each other and have a great plan for our future, and our destiny has brought us together. I asked him, when will you make this happen and not just talk about it? I just want to let you know that you make me feel happy and loved and protected. Thank you for being my person. John told me when I come to the state to meet you, sweetie, I will talk to the UN for my vacation, okay? I will get back to you, okay? Because I really love you, okay? I enjoy chatting with you, okay? So, what are you doing right now? He asked. I told him I'm at work. And John said, okay, I hope you don't stress yourself too much. I'm just a rest chat with you, okay? I told him I'm never stressed. John replied, okay, good to hear that from you. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. My heart desires you so much. Your happiness and success matters a lot to me. I'm very comfortable with you because I frequently feel you with me. It would be my pleasure to always make you happy and satisfied with my love because you deserve it. Even when I'm busy, I still think of you and I pray for the angels to guide you always. I promise to always make you happy and content with my love. My desire is to be with you and take care of you. I told him, well, your words are nice, but I'd prefer action, and action tells me more. When are we going to meet? John said, I can't wait to be with you in the state, sweetheart. Sweetheart, how are you doing? And I hope you slept well. I hope you take your coffee. Destiny has brought us together. I promise to love, honor, cherish you for the rest of my life. And since you came into my life, I'm very happy. I think about you all the time. I want to be with you soon and forever. Your words touch me and feel so worried that you are so lonely. I cannot wait for us to be together forever so that I can take good care of you. All I want is your love, and I promise that I'll not break your heart if you give your love to me. Do you also promise not to break my heart if I give my love to you? I'm short of words, and I feel like a teenager now, falling in love again. I asked, okay, well, let's meet then. John said, okay, I will talk to the UN for my vacation and let you know, okay? And then he sends me a couple of pictures of him holding a picture of me, which has been photoshopped. He then goes on and on as above, telling me how wonderful I am and how wonderful it'll be when we're together. I asked him, okay, enough of all the sentiments. If you really love me as much as you say, you'll find a way for us to meet. The type of love I want is physical, not virtual. So maybe you should find someone else who likes all your words because to me they're shallow and don't mean anything without actions. That's what counts. John told me I was right about that, and I told you that I'm working on my vacation so that I can be with you in the state. It is not that I don't want to come over to you, but I work with the UN embassy, and without their permission, I can't be able to get out of here, and it's a very dangerous area right now. I work in the middle of the sea, and now my connection is really bad to contact them so they can grant my leaving permission. Then I come directly to you in the state, my love, with the UN private jet. I'm tired of working here because it is getting too much. Last night the ship was on fire, and we lost two coworkers and the gas was on fire. I managed to escape to another ship and God saved my life, honey. I want you to understand and believe me. I'm not here to hurt you either way or make you cry. I just want us to be together for the Merry Christmas and enjoy ourselves with our family. Money isn't my problem once I arrive in the state because the UN have already paid my salary and rewards and my Bank of America need to be out of here so I can access my funds, baby. Right now, I just need your assistance so I can communicate with the UN embassy so I can leave here and come to you directly. Now my connection is not stable. I just want your support so I can update my system and get in contact with the UN embassy that I want to retire and be free of this job. I believe God they're going to grant my vacation to you. He then sends me a video of a ship on fire. My love, this is what happened. That's why I'm afraid to lose you, and my kids just want you to support so I can access the UN website, my love. I just want to help with a gift card so I can contact the UN embassy for me to leave here and directly come to you, my sweetheart, for the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We will have so much joy and happiness, my love. Since I lost my wife, I have not been in touch with anyone, just you. I told him I'm so sorry all of this has happened to you. Why were you filming it instead of helping people? And why do you want to come to the States? I guess you never read my post. I'm not in the States. And it doesn't look like you will make it for the holidays, so let's make other plans. We can meet later when all of this is taken care of. John told me, sweetheart, I forgot. I told you that you are not in the state. Okay, here is no longer safe for me, and I need to leave as soon as possible, okay? I will be with you this holiday, okay, sweetie? Here is not longer safe for me. Once I do the payment for the UN, I will leave as soon as possible, okay? You know I love you, and I want to be with you, sweetheart. I told him okay, and he said, sweetheart, you can see it is no longer safe for me. Give me the gift card so I can contact the U.S. Embassy. And then he sent another picture of a ship on fire.